Hey, what's going on? It's Victor Pham, realtor here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm out here in front of Papado's Seafood Kitchen. This is probably one of the premier restaurant stops, I would say, if you're ever in Springdale. Especially if you're a seafood fan like me, although they have a lot more on the menu than just seafood. So it's right off of I-75 next to Springdale Town Center. The actual residential parts of Springdale are very beautiful with a lot of affordable homes. So I'm gonna jump in the car right now and we are going to explore as much as we possibly can about Springdale, Ohio today. All right, so ride along with me if you would. This is Cincinnati Neighborhoods, Part 1, Springdale, Ohio. So I think Springdale is a really cool place. I think it's a really nice place to raise a family. Springdale itself is only about 5 square miles. Population is probably about 11,000. It is considered one of the best places to live in the entire state of Ohio. They keep some convenient shopping over here. It's close to a lot of interstates as well, which is good if you're on the go all the time like me. I like being close to those interstates. There's some places in Cincinnati where you're really far away from the interstate, so you have to like drive all the way through the city just to get to the nearest interstate and get on the expressway. So that's a convenient thing to have. Springdale actually is a very common place for people who want to retire here. A lot of these communities in Springdale, people have been living in these houses for their entire lives. I actually sold a house over here a couple weeks ago and the sellers actually had built that house and they were living in that house for over 60 years. It was like 2 generations of families in that house. And honestly, I don't really blame them. This is a beautiful community. And the houses over here are still selling pretty fast. I think a big reason for that is that they're affordable. This is not a really upscale area. You know, you might find some areas that are like, you know, $400,000 houses or something in that range, but a lot of the houses over here in Springdale fall in that $200,000, $250,000, which is really common for first-time home buyers or people with median to average income. So I am noticing that the ranch style house or just the 1-level flat is a big thing out here in Springdale. Some of them will actually have basements, some of them won't, some of them will just be 1 level. But that flat style, that 1940s, 1950s 1-level flat style is very common over here. And a lot of these houses are brick too. So that brick foundation is very solid. This is the reason why most of these houses are lasting as long as they are. So I ran into this little park called Ross Woods Park, back off here in a suburb actually. It's actually ducked off in one of the suburbs we were just looking at. If you've watched any of my last videos, you'll notice that I do bring up parks pretty often because Cincinnati has some of the coolest parks. But this one's ducked off. It's a pretty serene park. Looks like a nice walking trail. They got the Frisbee golf set up for you Frisbee golf fans. It's super convenient if you live back here, I would say, in one of these suburbs. You can just walk over here, take the dog for a stroll, take the kids for a stroll, you know, or just have a little peaceful moment to yourself. It's nothing like just having a few moments to yourself, you know, a few moments of peace. Keeps you sane in this world. All right, so I'm up here off of Princeton Pike at Tri-County Mall. I thought this was worth a stop because this is one of the biggest things in Springdale news recently. Tri-County Mall recently closed its doors for good in May. I think it was May 15th actually. They closed their doors permanently after being open since 1960. Now, since it was open in 1960, it underwent a lot of different renovations and new stores coming in and out. But I think in the early 2010s is when it really started to have a decline in the business, and what really caused the closing. So they did approve a project for $1 billion to renovate this entire facility. The mayor of Springdale, Doyle Webster, said in a statement that it's the biggest project in the history of Springdale. They're supposed to transform the mall into a mixed-use building, which will include new apartment communities, some restaurants, retail, office spaces, and some education facilities, and some green space as well. You know, and they're hoping to have like a dog-friendly space, I think, over there too, which is pretty cool. It sounds like a lot of opportunities for jobs, a lot of recreation for the citizens in this area. So that's pretty exciting from a development standpoint. You know, that space is not going to go to waste, and it's going to get some really good use because Springdale is a pretty attractive area. And I literally did not know this until just now. They have another Meet Cosmo Wells. If you like Mexican food, you got to try Meet Cosmo Wells. They have two locations, one in Oakley and Springfield Township. I've been to both of those, but I literally just found out about this one walking around Tri-County Mall. Guys, also up here off of Princeton Pike is Red Dog Resort and Spa. So for you pet lovers who like to treat your dogs, this might be a good spot for you if you want to pamper the dog. You can drop your pets off here if you're traveling. I guess they, you know, have like a daycare in here. They have a spa for them. So if you're a dog lover moving to the Springdale area, this might be a spot you want to look into. About a mile down the road from the Red Dog Resort for Dogs is Full Throttle. This place is pretty cool. I actually took my daughter here a few weeks back for her birthday. We rode the go-karts in there, some real deal go-karts. I think they go up to like 45 miles an hour. We did the virtual reality thing that they have in there also. They also have a rage room, so you can go in there and like break stuff. They'll give you like TVs and bottles. You can break stuff. You do have to be 18 to do that one. And you can throw axes and also do some paintball in there. Pretty cool place if you're into some adrenaline. And right next door to it happens to be an indoor trampoline park, Sky Zone. So you can come over this part of Springdale and get your adrenaline fix in for sure. Once you kind of get out of Springdale and you get towards the edge of Springdale, it runs into Glendale, Ohio, and a little bit of Springfield Township. I'm over here at Glenview Golf Course. This is a public golf course provided by the Cincinnati Recreation Committee. So if you're a golfer wanting to live in the Springdale area, keep that in mind. It might be a little bit more affordable than one of those country club memberships. So I like it. I'm digging Springdale. It's a really cool place, clean, quiet. Probably a place that I could consider living myself. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What's your thoughts on Springdale? Could you live here? Could you retire here? Could you raise your family here? Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos about real estate here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And remember, when it comes to houses in Cincy, you can always call Vic.